Hi, it's Sandy Parker and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. So I'm going to be making another sympathy card today for my friend who passed away. I'm sending this one to her son, and it's going to be this bird stamp from Heartfelt Creations. It's called the Fluffy Birdies. It's birds and blooms and some dies, but I'm not going to be using the dies. I'm just going to be using the birds and the blooms. I think I'm going to be using some alcohol markers on this so that I have a nice strong colored image. I'm going to try and turn this a little bit more. My smaller archival ink needs to be re-inked, so I'm sorry that I'm having to kind of use the big longer way around. There we go. Rip off this edge before I go any further because I don't want that to go anywhere else. And we'll see how I do with stamping this. Might have to take it off and I might do one more stamping on it. I like my images to be a little bit stronger. And when I use the Misti, I don't see any reason why you can't do that, because you know you can. Oh look, I already got black ink on myself. How lucky. I always like it when that happens right off the bat. Wipe that off while I'm letting my Misti kind of sit there with the ink. And hopefully got enough ink on there. That looks pretty good. Now this set comes with additional leaves, and I don't know if I want to use those or not. I think I'm just going to rub my image over this. And I'm going to make a little mask out of this. Okay, so I made my mask. Now I'm just going to lay it over my bird. I didn't cut the whole image out. I just cut enough of it so that if I knew where I wanted my leaves. I think the places I want leaves would be behind the bird. Let's see. I don't really want those to go that far. Maybe right there. We'll put one, and then I'll put the other one right there. And then that way my leaves will be all around my birdie. Okay, so we'll get our huge stamp pad once more. Again, so sorry about that, but what are you gonna do? These things happen. Sometimes you just end up. Get that one stamped too good, I don't think. There we go. Let's see how they work now. Okay. Looks pretty good. And then I'll take this out. And don't forget, when you make a mask like this, you don't want to do that over and over again. So you make your mask once, and then you put it in with your stamp, and then you just keep it forever. So your mask is a permanent fixture for you. It's a one-time deal. Okay. I think the first thing we're going to do is get some alcohol markers and color this in. So I decided what I was going to do is kind of replicate what we have on our box. I thought that would be kind of the best way to approach this. So I thought what I would do is go with my leaves first. And I'll probably have rich fast forward through it after I explain what colors I'm using, etc. This is LG3. These are Spectrum Noirs. I'm going to use is this. It's a Sharpie, or no, I can think it's a Bic Market, and it's this beigeier color. And I'm just going to kind of run that into the centers of my flower, or of my leaves. Do a darker green in the very center, and it is going to be this DG3, also Spectrum Noir. I mind those at all. Okay, next up we're going to go with our blues, and I think I'm going to start with this, no, this one, TB1, and it's a Spectrum Noir as well, and I'm going to do their heads. Go back over all of them with a little bit of this IB2, very little bit of this. I'm not going to go crazy with it because it's a little bit turquoisey. Their belly, I'm going to make that bright gold color, which is GB4. My lightest blue, which I used, was this TB1. And I'm going to go over my whole bird. Okay, and then color for the flower, I'm going to use PL2 and this, whoops. Start with this CR4. I'm going to do the whole thing in CR4, and then I'm going to go over certain parts of it with PL2. In case I forgot to say that, I think I did say it, but okay, now it's time for us to contemplate the background. Now our color of our card is, this is our card, and then I'm going to put a layer of this. I should have put more of this turquoisey color on that birdie. Colors that looks good. And I'll just use my little brushes and excuse me, and I'll brush around the edges. This is taken with teal. Get some of these out of our way. My goal now is just to make sure that my birds have some cohesion with the background. Get another turquoisey color and put on our birdies so that our birds have more turquoise. Okay, my battery died in the middle of that, so I'm not exactly certain where we cut out, so I thought what I would do is put the sentiment in the inside and then glue everything together and be ready to go. I feel stupid when I do that, but you know, it happens to me more often than I like to admit. First off, before I go any further, this stamp doesn't seem to be taking, it's a new stamp, it doesn't seem to be taking the ink well, so all I do is I take the, I'm out of focus, or out of the frame probably, but all I do is I just very gently go over it with a nail file, and then it should then take the ink. Let's see. It does. Come on, buddy. Work with me here. Well, looks like it's doing something at least. Oh, before I go any further, I want to make sure. Yeah. Oh, it was straight. Now it's crooked. Jeepers creepers. What are you going to do? I'm going to ink it again just to make sure I didn't have a malfunction. Some of that ink off there. It's going to end up everywhere, but what are you going to do? I'm going to do a little bit more inking. It looks good, but I'm going to ink it one more time. I'm sure you remember my story about inking it twice with the Misti. I like it when my sentiment is kind of stronger. And when you put it in the Misti and you go over it 2 or 3 times, you get a much nicer, more professional looking image like that one. Made me happy. And I'm still using that taken with teal. That's been the ink that I've used throughout my project. And on the front, while I was waiting for to change out the battery, I put the this polka dotted paper on, and then I have my sentiment for the front, which is wishing you comfort in your time of sorrow. I was going to offset my birds like this and put that there. I couldn't decide if I wanted to put something, some fun foam underneath, and I think I will. Okay, so it's not perfectly straight, but it's straight enough. And then I'm going to take my sentiment and I'm just going to lay it. Should I put it even? I want to put it even with the edge. put it there or should I put it down? What do you think? Right there? Hold on, I'll put my head in it. Yeah, I'm going to put it right there. It did make it pretty high. I'm not really thrilled about that. I probably shouldn't have popped that up at all. And I think I need something up here. What to do? So what I'm doing right now is you can't see it because I don't want to get my whole project soaking wet. I'm wetting my ribbon. So then what you do is after you've wet it and the whole thing is wet, you just take it and you pull it I'm doing a really good job with this. I just pull it to wet, or to keep it dry, basically is what I'm trying to do, is just dry it off. And then it's pretty much straight. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to cut the ribbon so that we're going to put a little bit, I'll kind of pull this up, and luckily it pulled up without any problem, which is hard to believe, but it was the paper, the dotted paper that pulled up, so that's good. And I'll just put more on that, so we're good on that side. Then I'm going to cut it in half. Then we'll lift up this side, and hopefully it lifts the same way. Not a problem. And it's about that far from the top. More glue. Stick it back down. Okay. Then all we're going to do, I'm probably going to want to run a little bit of tape right there. That way our ribbon kind of lines up perfectly. And I think I'm going to put my bow over more toward this side. So we're going to do that. Then we'll cross your fingers. It's time to make a bow. I know what you're thinking. Gee, Sandy, that didn't take you 2 hours. I know, isn't that frightening? There's that edge. Then we're going to do, whoa, bow overboard. Let's see, which way do I want to do it? I think I want to do it like that. There's our bow. I think it looks pretty good. So there is our card. Hold on, I didn't stamp the back. Elizabeth, I did not forget. But of course, it's not in the right place either. I made this for you. Also, I didn't forget to do my washi tape. I'm just going to go across the top of, not the top, I'm going to go across the flap. right there. And cut it off. Okay. So there is our card and our envelope. I hope you like it. I hope you give this a thumbs up and subscribe, and hopefully this will be the last of the sympathy cards that we make for a while. Our next project is going to be a birthday card, so we have something good to look forward to. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.